My name is Phil Unger. I am the president and CEO of Cadeon. We are a gold partner with TIPCO. It is our pleasure to be sponsoring the SPE and doing a tech talk for all the folks in attendance today. Cadeon is a 14-year-old data analytics company serving North America in that time frame. With me today, I have a couple of our analytics specialists, Jade and James from our team. And Jade and James are going to talk today about an award-winning hackathon entry where Jade won an award, and James is going to talk about building and using Spotfire mods. Over to you, Jade.
Thanks, Phil. I'm Jade, here to talk about my award-winning hackathon entry at the TIPCO Analytics Forum last month. The Analytics Forum was a great venue for people all over the world in the analytics space to come together and talk about our recent successes and challenges. Now, here at the hackathon, we were able to look at wind data from Texas and compare that to the power being generated at various wind plants. So my entry came in third place. You can see the comments say that I use good visual best practices and clear communication to get right to the heart of the problem. So I'll show you how that was put together here in Spotfire. My thinking when I was starting this was that we had 4 hours to do the hackathon, but I'm going to do it in way less, and I ended up doing it in about 2 hours. This is because in the real world, when you have business challenges that come up, you want to be able to do it as fast as possible and get to those insights quickly. So I didn't want to create anything fancy. I just wanted to put something together that was simple and clear and will solve the problem at hand. So here I have this map that shows what the wind speed is and the direction for various locations in Texas. This is also being plotted over time along with the temperature. Now we want to know how that is going to translate over to the wind turbines, which are located in a different spot. So I have this contour that I've brought in using TIPCO data functions first to be able to visualize the hotspots and to use this to interpolate what the wind should be at the wind turbines. So for data functions, I highly recommend going into the TIPCO community. I got this data function off of the exchange, and this is where TIPCO keeps a database of all of their various add-ons like data functions, mods, accelerators that you can use to bring into Spotfire and enhance your visualizations. This is all free to use. So you just come in, you know that this is vetted by TIPCO, it was developed by them. So it's safe to use, free, and you just come in and take it. It's documented very, very well, so it'll explain how you're supposed to put it together in Spotfire. So here for this spatial heat map that I'm using, I just come in and I can download it to my computer and now bring that straight into Spotfire. So now that I have this beautiful contour map, I use another data function to interpolate it across to the wind plants here. So now you can see that the colors match up and that most of the turbines are where the wind is the highest, and you have an idea of what the expected wind speed is going to be. Now, when you look at the turbines at each of these stations, you have the turbine model power curve that will tell you for this model, what do you expect the power output should be for a certain wind speed. And combining all of that together with the number of turbines, the predicted wind speed, and the predicted power produced, you can get the total power that you're expected to get out of each of these turbines. So my tips in Spotfire for building this is to be very clear in communication, because often you're sharing these reports with other people and they may not know what you've put together and they may not know how to navigate it. So I have these descriptions that tell you what you can do. You can mark the data on the map here to be able to drill down even further. Another hot tip is in the data canvas. For that last exercise, I had to join the data together to get the calculations right. So now instead of having to export data into Excel and then re-import it back, you can use Spotfire's data canvas to connect directly to existing data tables that you have in your report so that you don't have any duplication of data. This is really going to help if you have a very large report with millions of rows, so you don't have to duplicate it. It won't get bigger. You don't want to have a massive report that is always crashing and takes up too much memory that nobody wants to have to open. So those are my tips. Please go to the TIBCO community in the exchange to help you get started with advanced analytics. There's a lot of great add-ons out there that can help you get started without having to know how to code it yourself. That's it for me, and now over to James to talk about mods.
Thanks, Jade. Hi, everyone. Hope your day's well. Today I'll be talking about Spotfire Mod. Beginning with Spotfire version 11, TIBCO introduced mods. Mods are custom visuals that you can easily add into Spotfire and also share with your peers. On my screen here are a bunch of mods that you can download from TIBCO's website for free. What I'll do today is demonstrate how you can use one of these mods in Spotfire. So with this text card mod, I'm just going to click on it and download the mod. Then in Spotfire, to use that mod, click the visualizations, and we're going to browse for a visualization, and there's that text card mod. So now that text card mod is going to be available in your visualization types here. Now I've already got the text card pre-configured, but to show you what it looks like is here I've got guest production over time, and if I kind of select these dates here where there was 0 production, you can kind of find out the history behind it and why there was downtime. Now, some of the other visuals just to show you is this vertical line chart. This vertical line chart, we can overlay gamma data with drilling data. One of the mods that we created is this multi-series mod. For some of you that are used to using Excel, when you're creating graphs, you can have a lot of times different multi-series where your X and Y are going off different columns. So in our example here, we've got cumulative sales with days after lunch. Then we've got forecasted data over predicted days. If you look at the predicted days, it's by months versus days. So with our multi-series mod, we're able to tell Spotfire what our X and Y values are. So a lot of these mods can be created using JavaScript visualization libraries out there. So to give you an idea, here we've got high charts. Any visuals you see here, we could put those in as a Spotfire mod. Another one is Plotly, which is very common. We could always use the Plotly JavaScript library to create mods. So just to give you an example, with the production, this one here was done using Spotfire's legacy JSViz. But this JSViz is very similar to a mod, where we can use the high charts library. Here we're looking at the production, the well production, and I can hover over and see when there was downtime. Another example of a mod that we can create is like a network relationship diagram. What we see here is a Spotfire file, and every orange dot here is a data file, and it kind of shows you how it connects to a data table. So the nice thing with this mod here is for any Spotfire file that's created, we can kind of reverse engineer and find out how data files or data sources are linked to data tables and how data tables are used in a visual. So I can kind of here and show that there it's connected to a visual. And then from a visual, we can find out what page it's on. So I hope that gives you a sense of where mods can take us. Feel free to give us a shout if you have any ideas of where we could make more mods. Thank you.
Well, thanks very much, James and Jade, for those two outstanding presentations. I hope that you enjoyed our virtual Tech Talk today, and I hope you're enjoying the SPE event. For more information, or if you'd like to learn more about the information covered in the hackathon presentation from Jade, or the mod presentation covered by James, or just what Cadeon does in general, please feel free to reach out to us. Have a great day and take care.